There's a couple of yarns on the front of the Oz I want to go back to, Christy, because I think they're quite prescient as we get towards the end of our final show of the year, and it sort of encapsulates a lot of what's happened in the last 6 months. China shivers as coal ban sparks blackouts, by Will Glasgow, the China correspondent. Electricity shortages are worsening across China, forcing tens of millions of residents in large cities to ration heating, raising questions about how long Xi Jinping can continue to delay delivering on more than $1 billion of Australian coal, which feeds the nation's power plants and steel mills. Now, that story would no doubt will be picked up by the Global Times in Beijing and rubbished, as it normally is. But look, that's interesting. You've got terrible, terrible situations where some seamen have been out off the South China Sea for something like 5 months waiting to get those big ships in there with coal into China, but they can't get in because guess what? The Chinese are playing hardball.
I attended the Australian Mining and Exploration Companies Awards here in Perth last Thursday night, Gleeson, and the talk of the mining awards here was the ships sitting off the coast of Shanghai, full of commodities, namely coal. A lot of it comes out of Western Australia. Of course, we know it also comes out of Queensland, your home state, and the Hunter region of New South Wales. It is dangerous times for Australian commodity exporters. The Treasurer was at pains to say that he doesn't think iron ore is at risk of being punished by the Chinese. And the reason for that is, of course, China needs to buy our iron ore at the moment because our main competitor, Vale in Brazil, has been ravaged through their response to the COVID pandemic. Their production is not as fast or as voluminous as it once was. But coal is not going to affect China's industry and infrastructure, although despite these reports saying that energy is at risk in China, China can buy coal from India. They prefer ours because it's cleaner and it's more energy efficient. That's just something that you won't hear from the Greenies, Gleeson, about how good Australian coal is. But it's not going to affect China's economic recovery from their own downturn due to COVID. The thing that will affect their economic recovery is if they stop buying our iron ore because they do desperately need it and can't get it from anywhere else. So coal producers, particularly here in Western Australia, what I heard last Thursday, are very, very worried, and they want Mark McGowan on a plane to Beijing as soon as possible, not standing here barricading himself in the house.
Well, we know that he won't get close to Stephen Marshall, that's for sure. If he won't get close to Marshall, he won't get close to anyone in Beijing. And of course, they're losing out on our lobsters, I mean, you know, and our wine. I mean, seriously, at some point I reckon they'll be marching in the streets in Beijing. No, there won't be. New jobs drive...